Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Chex KE, and today, as you can see, I've got a guest on my channel. His name is Vincent Obita. He's also on YouTube. You can follow him at Vincent Obita. He's doing great, amazing OSCE training videos for those nurses who are already in the UK. Well,
Yeah.
we are nurses. I'm a nurse. I was working in Kenya. He was working in Kenya.
Yeah.
We've known each other for quite some time, right?
Sure.
Welcome to my channel.
Okay, thank you so much, and welcome everyone. We have a candid discussion towards the entire process of coming. Thank you.
Yeah, so we are going to discuss about the process of moving from uh, another country to come and work in the UK. And there are those countries like we are coming from Kenya.
Yeah.
And we had to do English exams.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to discuss.
Yeah.
Shall we
Actually,
get
the,
started?
the process starts with how you opt to share your skills. For me, I considered my skills to be very global. Yeah.
Oh.
And I had to ensure I can share them globally and work. It's called service from the nation, service to the world.
Oh.
And okay, for that case now, the process starts with carrying out the various tests that are required for a registered nurse in the UK.
Sorry, let me just interject you.
Okay.
So how did you first come to know about the process of coming to work in the UK as a nurse?
Okay, my insight was basically developed through various online information I used to access, and at the same time, the hustle is real in the country. So through those hustles and the issues of tamarking, you find to opt out of your country and things of that kind.
Okay, so in other words, you're saying that the financial reasons would make the very very.
That's a very potential consideration. It's a hallmark of all the other things that surrounds the movement. Yeah.
Was that what you said during the interviews?
Basically, that is masked in every interview.
Oh. I hope you did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we are going to discuss about the process, and just as what he has said that the first requirement that you need to have is the English exam, because we coming from Kenya. Yes, we do speak English in Kenya, but English is not like our first language, so we've got to prove that we've got the required English skills. But before that, you also have to be registered in your home country as a nurse, isn't it?
Exactly. Because the moderator of nursing practice in your country is the one who will communicate to the nursing and the midwifery council. So you will have to have an active license. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And with an active license, you register with NMC, that is Nursing and Midwifery Council. After the registration is around £140. When you are registered with NMC, they send a link to NCK requesting to know whether you are an actively practicing nurse. Then the NCK will do what we normally call document verification. You will take all your documents for both the high school, the campus for your diploma or your BSc or for specialized nurses, and your license. Then you also pay, I think it's around 12,000 shillings. Then now they verify these documents and give a signal to NMC that indeed you are validly registered as a nurse. After that, now you are given the authority to test, which shifts you to do the computer-based test, the CBT. With that one, with the CBT pass and your IELTS pass, then now you will be ready to commence your journey or to transition from your practice in another country to United Kingdom.
Okay, so let me just ask you, how long did it take you to register for after you had sent already your documents to Nursing Council of Kenya?
Yeah.
And then you had to, for how long did you wait until you did your CBT?
So mine at least went a bit fast. It's all these stuffs are online, so it can be spontaneous if it's on a weekday. So when you, after registering with NMC, you can just log in into your Nursing Council portal, then upload all your documents, then pay the amount. Then if it can take, some it takes weeks, months, some it just take a day, and you get a notification. For my case, it was a bit quick. I think I uploaded my documents, and the following day, I was given the authority to test.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because for my case as well,
Yeah.
it was like after submitting my documents to the NCK,
Yeah.
it took something like a week, and then I had to book my CBT, which was and I did my CBT in February of this year,
Okay.
the 25th of February of this year to be
Yeah.
specific.
Actually,
Yeah.
he gave me some insight on actually hastening my move, because since we were together and we used to communicate during
Yeah.
that period, he was an inspiration of the same. And
Oh, thank you.
so with that one, I knew I could beat the deadline. I got some hitches while doing my IELTS. Remember, COVID struck last year in our country. So when I was just supposed to do my IELTS, then COVID struck. Now, and the entire country was put into a lockdown until December 2020.
Yeah.
That's when now I had to rebook. Now, when I had to do my IELTS in January, then I had to plan my CBT just to follow it.
Oh yeah, in January I had already done my IELTS because I did mine in November.
Okay.
And so at that time I was just waiting for it. So let me just ask you, maybe some of our viewers may be wondering, do you have to do the IELTS first before you do your NMC registration, or is there a way that you can actually do both at the same time so as to save time?
Yeah, actually, there is no particular order for the two tests because they are unrelated. Yeah, the English test, the IELTS, is just to test your competency in English communication. For the CBT, it's more of the nursing preparation. So you can start with either of them. You can do them concurrently. I have a colleague who went to sit for the same exams in Uganda, and she was able to manage to do the CBT IELTS within the same week. She passed all of them and did an interview for the hospital where she was going to work. She also passed, and she joined us recently.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's very great of him.
That's
So actually, you can run those tests concurrently, depending on your energy and your aspiration
and how ready you are to sit for the exams.
Definitely, those are exams you don't just go and do them for the sake of doing. It's not a matter of either knowing English or not knowing. Actually, one thing about those exams, you don't approach them with any genius mind. Yeah. Just know what is expected of you. With that one, you will be able to pass it. Otherwise, you can really get a fail in any of the parts if you think it requires any genius mind or any something of that sort.
Let's talk about IELTS exams.
Yeah. IELTS is a very funny exam, and the composition, the reading, the writing, the speaking, and the listening are all 4 parts, are all fantastic portion of that examination. The only thing you need to know is practice a lot and know what is expected of you.
For how long did you practice for? Did you revise before you sit for your IELTS exam?
I prepared for a month. Then when I was supposed to sit for my exam in March 2020, then the entire country was in lockdown and it was scrapped off. Okay. Now we went to recess. Now I couldn't revise because we didn't know the future of COVID.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, actually, it's the same because we were being trained by the same guy. By the way, we started training for IELTS in January of 2020, right?
Yeah.
But then COVID hit, and all exam centers were cancelled, and we couldn't book and all that, so we had to wait. You know.
So we cancelled everything. For my case, actually, we didn't know what will come at the end, so we stopped the revision and all those stuff. Now, when the country was opened in December, for my case, towards December, that's when I think November, December, that's when the country was opened. But again, we were not sure whether they will resume the examination. There was also the backlog of students, so those people were competing for the small slots which were available.
Right. And all the social distancing that had been introduced by that time.
Exactly. And now it was really something very tricky. And now I tried booking my exam in December. It wasn't going through. And one thing about IELTS, you only get the urge to practice when you have a date to do it.
So you practice for a whole month for an English test, right?
Yeah, right away. By
For-
December, I booked my exams in December so that I could do it in the middle of January.
Yeah.
In the middle of January. Now I was having like 4 weeks after getting my date. That's when I
Did you
started.
pass at your first attempt?
Yeah, definitely. I made it through
What
the
was
first.
what was your scores?
My
if you
score,
remember?
my score was a 7.0
Overall?
overall. I only had 6.5 in writing, and the rest I think was 7 and 7.5, and another one was also a 7. I think so.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So for those who haven't started the IELTS journey, you should know that the maximum band that you can get is a 9 for all
Yeah.
the sections.
Yeah.
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 So 7 is the list that you're supposed to get. With
Yeah,
us
for-
in
for-
all the
Yeah, for the UK,
yeah.
you have to get an overall of 7, and at least 6.5 for writing. The others need to be 7 and
Yes.
above.
Yeah.
For the writing, you can get 6.5 and above.
So now you've done all your tests. You've done your CBT,
Yeah.
and you've done your IELTS. You've
Yeah.
passed both.
Yeah.
I understand. Like for my case, I really didn't feel like the CBT. Generally, everybody doesn't feel like CBT is really complicated. You can revise for less than a week and you pass, right?
Yeah, it's for somebody who is practicing nursing in a hospital setup.
Yeah.
You got to encounter most of the nursing aspects of practice. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
and that's what CBT revolves around. So if you practice like within a week, you could manage. But with the new changes that are coming in, it requires one to be very, very thorough in their
Yeah,
revision.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's,
because
do
they
not
have
take it for granted, right?
Exactly. You need to give it the commitment that it deserves.
Now you've passed your 2 exams.
Yes.
Your IELTS and your CBT.
Yes.
What did you do next?
The next aspect that the next thing you are supposed to seek is for your certificate of sponsorship. And certificate of sponsorship comes when you do an interview and get a job with your employer.
How did you
In
get
short,
a job?
you seek for employment.
You saw, okay. So
Yeah.
seeking for employment.
You reach out to agencies. You can either go through agencies,
Exactly.
yeah, or you can go directly to the hospital.
Okay.
There are two sites that you can visit for your jobs. There's the track.jobs, yeah,
Jobs.
or NHS jobs, yeah.
NHS jobs, guys.
So you can go directly to those sites, register,
Yeah,
and
look at them and talk.
yeah, there is the track jobs. Track jobs is for the NHS hospitals, and you will find a list of all the positions that are available for the nurses or any other profession you are looking into. Or you can go to the NHS jobs. Alternatively, you can go through agencies. Me, I went through an agency, and agency will arrange for an interview with a hospital. Yeah. So there was positions for the surgical department, and that's the interview I did.
And you passed.
Yeah, the interview was done online. Yeah, it was a 30 minutes interview.
Yeah.
And it's for a nurse practitioner, it's not a tough thing because you will be talking about the care you give to the patients.
Yeah, because it's actually like you're just having a conversation of the nursing that you do, the things that you do every day, right?
Yeah, actually, it was a very nice interview because it was full of discussion and interaction.
It was more of a discussion than
exactly, and I really enjoyed it.
And actually, there is something that I realized about the interviews that we did when we were coming, and the interviews that I did when I was back at home, like in the hospitals that I was working or the other hospitals that I was looking for a job. And actually, the kind of questions that I was being asked in Kenya for those hospitals were more of medical questions and not nursing questions, and less of the nursing questions.
Actually, and that's what makes the difference, because you tend to have a discussion to test what you can do professionally, not actually more of the medical aspect. Because we are doing our nursing practice, we are not doing the medical practice. So what would you do in your position? So you would only be given a scenario, and they will see how you are handling it, and that would show your competency. Because if you are competent, you know exactly what to do, and you know the roles of each players. Unlike other interviews where you are being pinned down on what you doesn't know. This
Yeah,
one they are
exactly.
exploring what you know, because that's what they will measure on, and actually support you so that you give best output to the trust and to the organization.
Now you've passed the interview.
Yeah.
So how excited were you? Because myself, I was excited.
I
But
was elated. I was elated, and the passing of the interview means things have changed. The journey now has had a thumbs up, and you are moving on. Yeah.
So you did the interview, and then the next thing you were supposed now to submit. My case, as well. We both did this. I had to submit my documents to the agency, and then the agency was to submit the documents to the trust that I work with.
Yeah.
And they were like, the documents include the police clearance.
Yeah.
A couple of forms that you've got to fill in.
Yeah, the references.
Yeah, the references.
The state of your health.
The state of your health, exactly.
From your personal doctor in Kenya.
Exactly. From your personal doctor has got to sign a couple of forms for you. You have to prove that you're in good health to practice.
Yeah. So it's a range of paperwork to ensure you are really fit for the job. Because they would be accountable for anything that happens to you.
Yeah, exactly.
In relation to your practice. So you have to be up to the task, and you need to be in a good state of health. So the moment you pass the test, the interview, you submit your documents. With the documents, now they process the certificate of sponsorship. That is the so-called COS.
And how long does it take for the certificate of sponsorship to come out once you've submitted all your required documents?
Depending on how fast the trust is, within 2 weeks, the certificate of sponsorship should be out. It can be out in days. Mine was out in 1 week.
Oh, 1 week. Mine came out, I think, in like 3 days or something.
So it depends with
and then that is the moment you feel.
Things are changing.
Right?
Sure.
That is the moment that you give your resignation where you are.
Not at all.
Because now at that time you go like probably a few weeks, not even.
It could be less.
It could be less. Then after that, now you've got to go and get your TB certificate, because ourselves coming from Kenya, we are from the country that they say tuberculosis
has not been eradicated.
Been eradicated.
So the COS permits you to go for your TB test. And TB test you go to the UN headquarters in Nairobi.
IOM.
IOM. IOM, and that's where you do your TB test. It's more of an X-ray.
Yes, it is an X-ray.
And you spend a couple of pounds. And that's an immediate test. So with the test, if at all it shows that you have no TB or have had no contact with a TB patient, or you've not suffered from tuberculosis, then now you will get the how do you call it? The certificate.
The certificate, right?
Now the certification will now give you the go ahead to apply for visa.
For your visa. Okay.
And that's the hallmark of everything.
Yes, that's the hallmark
of everything. Now, when you have your TB certificate, you have your police clearance form that is valid for the last 3 months.
Which is not an easy thing to get in Kenya, by the way.
Yes, you have to plan. You
should actually apply it very early. Early, like before you do your interviews, you should have it.
The moment,
and it shouldn't be more than 3 months old.
Again. So by the time you are passing your 2 exams, plan to get your police clearance form. Then
now you are applying now for the visas. What documents are we talking about?
The documents you will have is your passport. By the way, if you are talking of this journey and you don't have a passport, you don't have your vaccines updated, especially which one do you usually?
I think that really depends, because for myself, it depends with they can
trust.
Choose to ask for the vaccines. Others don't. Like myself, they only ask me to submit the evidence of my vaccinations that I've had, but they didn't point out the particular vaccinations that I should have.
Yeah.
I actually gave them, you know, the vaccination card that we are vaccinated when we were
kids.
born.
Yeah, actually, I had that
I
one.
provided that. I don't know. Yeah, but the vaccine, I hope the antibody are still in my body.
Yeah,
right?
most probably they were there.
Yeah, and so basically that was it. So now we are going to the visa center and we are applying for the so you got to submit
you need your passport. You need
passport.
your certificate of sponsorship,
Uh-huh.
indicating that your employer is responsible for all your activities in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And again, you need the TB certificate. Yeah. And with that one, I think there's another document we might be missing. I'm not sure.
The TB certificate.
Yeah, I think we've captured. We've captured. Yeah.
Because you don't need your IELTS certificate.
Oh, you need your
degree,
CBT
right?
CBT pass.
Exactly.
CBT pass.
Your
You will
CBT
have to take a screenshot of your CBT pass.
Yeah.
The four are okay for your visa. So remember, when you have your certificate of your TB certificate, you send it to the agency or the employer. Then they do the visa application, because there are some payments which your employer does. So you are only waiting for the link, okay? Yeah. The link to book your fingerprints. I mean biometric capture in Nairobi.
Nairobi.
Yeah.
For those who are coming from Kenya.
Yeah, for those who are coming from Kenya. Yeah. So the moment they apply for your visa, and usually it's an urgent visa. Yeah, that's what they.
How long did yours take to come out?
It was a very short period. I can't even remember.
Because mine actually took like 7 days. It was 7 days. Actually.
Mine was quick. Yeah. I think they applied and I got a go ahead. Uploaded all the stuffs by myself. Then I went to Nairobi to have my biometric capture. With the biometric capture, you tend to wait within 10 to 14 days. Then you will have your visa. Yeah, and actually it was sent to me in my residence.
So you had to pay for the
courier services,
right? So that they can send your passport with a vignette.
Yeah, it was sent to me to my place.
And that was the time you really knew that you have been accepted to work in the UK?
Yeah, that's when now you tend to consider things like resignation.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it's a safe moment.
And then after that, you just have to wait for the agency or the trust to book for your flight.
Yeah, actually, when you have the visa,
you immediately take a picture of it or scan it and send it to the agency so that they can arrange for your flights and all that. Yeah.
Actually, by the time you are getting your visa, your expected date of arrival has already been set.
And it's actually on the visa.
And it is on the visa. It's on the COS. And you are on their payroll as well.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. As from the day that you will
set your foot in the UK. You set into the country, you tend to be in their payroll.
You start earning.
You start earning by that time. Yeah. And that was a very nice bit of it, because when I got my visa, then now I had to arrange on leaving the country. Actually, I had done nothing about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had not prepared to. I had to shift everything to my Ushago, my village.
All right. So that's the process.
That's the process. Bit by bit on how you get to pursue your movement. Yeah. Now, when you get your visa and your flight has been arranged, you get an e-ticket for the flight.
Yes, you're given
an e-ticket. When you get the e-ticket, then now you know the date you are traveling. Yes. And with the arrangements and with the help of the agency, you will be able now to transition to UK.
Thank you, Vincent, for being part of my channel today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate sharing all this, because it's something which is very important for the viewers. Yeah.
And I'm very happy to have you on my channel. I hope that you will accept my invitation next time. We should talk about our experiences in the UK.
We should. A lot of things are happening. We should able to capture all this. To ensure people get along with us.
All right. So this is Shex KE, and thanks for watching. keep following him.
Obita Vincent, YouTube.
Yeah. Are you on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook,
Yeah.
Vincent Obita. At again on you can get me on Instagram, Vincent Obita one. Okay, and also Facebook, you will get some contents that we usually post.
Okay, thank you. All right, guys. So keep subscribing, watching, and thanks, liking, sharing my videos. And until next time, bye.
Bye. See you then.